My name is Hotrabhvanon. I'm the co-founder and CEO of PlayerData. I currently run a sports technology company. PlayerData makes wearables affordable to the long tail of sports. So we specialize in providing data and bridging that data gap from the elite all the way down to the amateur. So our first product, the PlayerData Edge, is a sports wearable device that's worn in the back of a vest that collects biometric and physical data about how athletes perform on the pitch. So we collect data on using GPS positioning, we collect data through our heart rate sensors, and we use all this data to provide coaches analysis on their training, on the athlete's training load. And also we give an element of tactical analysis through our GPS positioning elements. So coaches really use this for two reasons. The first one is to prevent athletes getting injured and making sure that each athlete is performing at their optimal level. And the second is that the coach's vision is being executed on the pitch by the athletes from a tactical perspective. We had completed V1 of our electronics, and we had done some basic shell casings ourselves. And we, essentially met with Tristan to scope out a project to do the industrial design of the exterior casing to house all our electronics. What we had no experience with was the plastics around the product. Designing plastics that could, not only designing plastics, but designing plastics that could be mass manufactured at scale and at low cost. And that's where we came in with no knowledge, and i4 has helped us with. The biggest challenge is size. It's compressing a lot of electronics into a small package in a way that's easily manufactured so that we could keep our costs low. The thing that really impressed me was the team's ability to adjust to our requirements. So we are a very fast-moving company, and i4's ability to work within our requirements and also work with our suppliers from a plastics perspective and a prototype perspective, and the ability to do that has allowed us to move faster than normal projects would have moved. So to give you an example, Mark would create a design, I would go get it 3D printed, and we would have that in our hands the next day, so that Mark could get his hands on it, we can get our hands on it, give feedback, and iterate very quickly. By the time that i4 had finished the A surface, we had gone out and rapidly manufactured through 3D printing 100 sets that went out to customers who were testing it for us. So we didn't have to wait until the tooling was done to get feedback. We've always been able to rapidly iterate and test in the market, and sometimes even sell 3D printed products before the tooling has even been completed. It was a very well managed approach. It was it was very creative upfront, which is great. So all the creativity had to happen at the start, and then everything after that is technical. So Mark would come out with concept designs. We would select, we would hone the direction, we would get samples made very, very quickly to get hands and feels. And once we've nailed down the form, Mark would go and work out all the technical aspects of how he would make it work within that form factor. Mark's and i4's ability to, work with us and make sure that the form didn't change throughout that process, and be able to technically find creative solutions to fit our product inside it, even when we made changes to electronics, was great. Speed, beautiful design, but functional. and cost effective. Just generally great to work with. I believe that with I4 you could come in with a concept, and I4 would have all the resources to take you from concept to product in the market. Or conversely, you could come in with 70% of the domain knowledge, and I4 would execute the last 30% for you. Regardless, you're in good hands.